Hello everybody, welcome to Farming Simulator 25. And we are going to do a tutorial today on how to get 100% crop yield bonus out of your fields. And so we're going to go through the process on how to do it step by step on this field here. And then plant our next year's crop, which is going to be oats. And we will do it by resetting the field back to like it's never had anything in it before. It will keep it from growing weeds, and it will give you a 100% crop yield bonus. So let's get started. First, we're going to need a tractor with a plow on it. Now, this is not exactly a plow. This is the Lizard 12MT plow, they consider it, but it's a ripper. It's a mod. It's available on all consoles. We're doing this on PS5. You can get it on PC, Xbox. It's in the store. And so we're just going to go over here. And we're going to rip this field out. And make it look like the field next to us. So we'll be back when we get that to the stage that the field is next to us. And we will do step 2. Alright guys, we're back. I turned my microphone up a little bit on that last one. I watched the footage back and it was a little quiet. So I hope this is better. But now we are at step 2, and so I will show you, if you've never played this game before, or if you're just first now starting out, this is the same on 2022 as well, but this is 2025. Now that we've plowed the field and made it look like this, as you can see, we have little rocks. And it says Farmland 4, which is what field we're on, owned by me, fertilized 0%. So now we got these little rocks, okay? So since we plowed the field, every other time you plow the field, or maybe every 3 times, I'm not quite sure which one. It might be every other time or every 3 times. Sorry about that. My phone rang. I had to take a little pause there for a second. But we are ready for step 2. So like I was saying, the field, since we plowed it, every 3 times that you plow it, you're supposed to lime it. However, if you lime it every time, which you have to have the equipment to do it anyway, so the actual lime itself doesn't cost that much. So if you lime it every time, you actually save a step, because if you don't lime it every time, it grows weeds, and then you have to weed it, which means you have to have extra equipment, and you have to have, it takes more time. So if you do it this way, it keeps the weeds in there. So we're going to lime this real quick. And then we will be ready to go on to step 3, which I will explain when we get to step 3, because it's kind of an unorthodox way to do stuff, but it does serve a purpose and takes care of 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm definitely attending with the stuff. So we'll be back shortly when we get our field lined. Alright guys, we're back again here. So we got our field lined. It now looks like this. And you can still see the little stones in there. So we were talking about that a while ago. Now this is step 3 of the, I think, 5-step process, I believe. Very simple 5 steps. That's going to give you that 100% yield bonus and no weeds in your field, so you don't have to weed it. So now this is the Scorpio 710. This is the bigger one. It is a mod. Again, available on the workshop, on your store, on your download content store, on your Xbox or your PlayStation 5, 4. Well, 5, I guess they don't make it for PlayStation 4 anymore. And so we're going to go over here. And so here's the thing about this. Usually when you cultivate, or when you plow a field, you lime it or you don't lime it. You need to cultivate it. Well, picking up the stone in this field, like we're doing right now, will actually serve as cultivating the field. So you also do not need a cultivator to do it this way, or a disc hoe, or any of that stuff that you would need as far as that goes. So we've already saved money if you're just starting out. We didn't have to buy a cultivator. Well, we could have sold the cultivator we had if we started out. We didn't have to buy a weeder because we're not going to have to weed the field. And so that's 2 pieces of equipment that you don't have to buy. It's going to save you some money. So when we get this done, we'll be back and we'll go to step 4. See you in a little bit. All right, guys, we're back again. Now you see that the field now looks cultivated. Since we picked up all the rocks, there's no rocks. There's nothing to damage our vehicles, nothing to damage our equipment. So now we're going to go on to step 4. And I said earlier it was a 5-step process. Actually, it could be a 6-step process, depending on what you do as far as what you plant. So when you plant corn and you use a seeder like this one that has the liquid fertilizer, you do not have to fertilize it for a second time. Some crops require you to spray the field or solid fertilize the field, which in that case, if you really wanted to, you can use this to do solid fertilizer on the field and just take the lime out of it and use it for a fertilizer spreader as well. Or you can go on to the store, into the store, and you can buy a cheap fertilizer spreader, solid fertilizer spreader, one that just goes onto the back of the tractor. For it, they're really cheap. They're like 10 grand. They're really cheap. So if that would be the extra step, if depending on what kind of crop you're planting. This planter here is the biggest one on the game. However, it has a solid fertilizer option, not a liquid fertilizer option, and some of the crops require you to fertilize them on the first stage of growth. So we will cover that later, depending on if this crop requires you to do so. So we're just going to take this over here. We have no seed in this. I don't know why I didn't put seed in it. Hold on. Pause the game here. There it goes. Go over here. Fill it up. I thought I did fill it, but I guess maybe I didn't. Nope. I got it. So your fertilizer goes there. And then the seeds are going to go on the back pot there. All right, and we said we're doing oats this time around, so we'll get that going. Switch it over to oats. Make a 17-point turn because we forgot to do the most important part, which is put the seed in the machine. But hey, whatever. People do that. It happens. Now we're just going to unload here and unfold here and do our, well, in this little field will take 3 swipes, but cannot plant in October. You can. You totally can. Oh, barley you can. Okay, well I was wrong. You can't plant oats in October. You can plant barley. Okay, so we're planting barley. Okay, guys, come on. I read it wrong, so I'll get mad at it. Okay, we're planting barley today. And we are off. And then you get that rich, dark soil because you're fertilizing while you're planting. We've got good, rich soil because we've fertilized it with the lime as well. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here at the end of this. Go ahead and shut this down and hop out of the tractor real quick. So you see how you're 50%. Now your yield bonus is already at 72. Okay. You come over here, it's not fertilized. But we've limed it, so it's harder soil. It's saying 100% fertilized there. That's broken. Yeah, it's broken in places. This game's weird. Anyway, we got the harder soil, so our weeds ain't gonna grow. So I'm gonna finish this up, and I'll be back with you. All right, guys. Now we're back for the final step. If you're doing corn and stuff like that with the liquid fertilizer, this is the final step. And so your final step would be your 72% there. You're not fertilized all the way, but you have to roll the crops. Where you see how it says needs rolling down there, you have to roll the crops, which that's how you get your 100% at the end of the day. If you don't roll it, you're not going to get your 100%. So we have a roller. We have a small one. We have a tractor here. She's a dirty girl, but she likes it dirty, and it's okay. We don't ever wash this one because, well, wash for you people that are southern and say wash. Right. So now we're rolling it, and we're going to just pack it in there. Do something weird. Okay. Well, we're going to let the AI mess this up for a second. I just got out of here to show you. So it says need rolling, 50% fertilized, 72% yield bonus. And you come over here, and now you're at 75. So now you're probably thinking, well, why is it only 50% fertilized? Well, that's because we have to spray it because it's not a root crop. It is a regular, what they would call a grain crop, and that means that it needs to be fertilized. So we will get all this stuff done. We will get to the first grow cycle of the crop, and then I will show you the wonderful mystery of 100% crop yield bonus. We'll see you in a little bit. We're back here, and we are officially caught up to where we are at the first stage of growth, and I will show you the final step. But what I have done here is to kind of further explain this whole situation and to kind of clear up some of the confusion that I actually was a little bit confused about myself, in believing that the lime was what was stopping the weeds from growing. But I believe after doing a little bit of research that the plowing of the field is what stops the weeds from growing, not. So I did not do anything but plant And that's it. This one was not limed. This was just planted and it was not rolled. So this one you can see we have a 70% yield bonus on it. So this one over here, we're showing a 77% yield bonus. And that's because we limed this one, which gives you another like 2 or 3%. And then we also rolled this one. So now what we're going to do is I know you're thinking to yourself right now, you're thinking, well, this is supposed to be a tutorial on how to get a 100% yield bonus. Well, that's where fertilizing comes in. And we are going to use the Dino, or Dino, either way, sprayer right here. And we are going to make this 100%. We'll start with our first field here because, well, that's what we've been working on. This whole time was this little field here. So that's where we'll start. Are we full? We are full. The other thing that people get very confused about on this game, I've seen other people that make videos, ask questions or are really confused by it. If you have crop destruction on, okay, and you drive on the field, it will only, see now we're at 97%. So now once this gets to the whole field's done, so now it says 100% fertilizing. Once it gets done, we should get our 100% yield bonus. This should be 100%. So when we skip ahead another day or another month or another 2 months or however that works, we should get our extra yield bonus because we have a fully fertilized field. But what I was saying is with the crop destruction, I've seen people on YouTube and I've seen people in comments go, hey, why ain't your crops destructing if you have crop destruction on, or why don't you have crop destruction on? I do. Crop destruction only destructs the crops when you drive on it when they are in the final stage of growing or harvesting. When they are in the first stage of growing, like it is right now, it does not destruct the crops you drive on. That gives you the ability to spray it. And now we have our 97%. So, in theory, and if I did this right, which I'm pretty sure I did, when I skip ahead to the next time, it should go to 100%. So that's what you're looking for. Yep. I also got a new tractor while we were waiting because our little yellow one was so broke that it wouldn't do anything, so we went and got a purple one. Thought this was kind of cool. You can, on this tractor, if you buy it, it's a large tractor, you can actually make it whatever color you want it to be. So, if you want really cool colored tractors, get this one, and you can paint it whatever color you want. But we'll be back and then in a little bit after we get this done sprayed and all that, and we'll get to the next thing and I'll show you the 100%. Alright guys, we are finally back. It has been several months of waiting and skipping and waiting and skipping. And of course, y'all didn't see it, but as you can tell, there's snow on the ground right now. And I've been sitting here skipping months. But here, final results of our field that we did. If you walk forwards. Now, don't freak out when it's in the middle like this. It's fine, because it's stupid. It says 97. Well, this one's messing up, because we did the same thing on the field next door here. And it says 100%. So, sometimes this game messes up like that, where you get 94.7% or 94% or whatever. But this one we did the exact same way. We plowed it, limed it, cultivated it, or picked up the stones, planted it, rolled it, fertilized it. And this is your 100% fertilized, 100% yield bonus. And if we go over here real quick, and we'll check the field real quick that we did nothing to. Remember, we left this field over here. So we're going to go check it, because I think I was wrong. And plowing the field is what keeps the weeds from growing. Yeah, because we're at 50% and 70% bonus. So plowing the fields is what keeps it from growing. But that's it for the tutorial, guys, of how to get 100% and 100%. I hope this was a helpful video. If you like it, please subscribe. I'll make more videos similar to this one. If you want to know anything, comment below what you need to know, and then I will try to do it. And then I will also put some other videos, because I got a couple of really good, I think, good video ideas for this game. So hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all enjoyed the tutorial. Hope it was helpful. And we will see you in the next video, guys. Thank you very much for watching.